We're very eager to do that. Whenever they're ready. Like I said, when I did my last availability, really, I think Connor's earned the right to choose when he wants to get into the details of it, and we're ready right now.
Something huge just happened in hockey. The Edmonton Oilers made choices that shocked everyone right before the new season starts. In only a few weeks, they cut young players many thought would be part of the future. At the same time, they traded for one of the top college scorers in the country. All of this happened as Connor McDavid's future hangs in the balance. The Edmonton Oilers let 3 of their college players go this summer. Their names are Luca Munzenberger, Joel Maatta, and Tomas Mazura. They were drafted but still playing in college. NHL rules say that if a drafted player is in college, a team must sign them by August 15th. If the team does not, that player becomes a free agent. This is what happened. The Oilers decided not to give them contracts. That means Munzenberger, Maatta, and Mazura are no longer tied to Edmonton. They can now sign with any team in the league if offered a deal. The Oilers gave up their rights. Unless one of them chooses to return as a free agent, Edmonton lost them forever. That is a clear, final decision under NHL rules. At almost the same time, Edmonton made a big trade with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They traded away a young forward named Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly was the Oilers' first-round pick in 2024. He scored 98 points in 84 games for the London Knights in junior hockey. Many believed he had a bright future in Edmonton, but now he belongs to Tampa Bay. In return, the Oilers got Isaac Howard. Howard is a left winger. He was drafted by Tampa Bay in 2022. Last season, Howard scored 52 points in 37 games while playing college hockey in the United States. He was also given the Hobey Baker Award, which is the top award for the best player in college hockey. Edmonton signed him to a 3-year entry-level contract right away. Howard's numbers show he is a strong scorer. The Oilers traded away a young player who might be ready in a few years. In exchange, they got a player who already proved he can produce at a high level. This shows the team is trying to get better fast. This is not happening in a vacuum. Connor McDavid, the team's captain and superstar, is at the center of everything. He is under contract for only 1 more season. His current deal was 8 years long and worth $100 million. It pays him $12.5 million each season. At the end of the 2025-26 season, he will become a free agent if no new contract is signed. McDavid has not signed an extension. He has said he is not in a rush to decide his future. Reports say he wants to see how the team looks before making a choice. One insider was quoted saying, "He's trying to find reasons to stay, not to leave. But everything's on the table for Connor right now." Sam O'Reilly, who went to Tampa Bay, was the 32nd pick in the 2024 draft. Isaac Howard, who came to Edmonton, was the 31st pick in 2022. On paper, it is a swap of 2 recent first-round picks. The difference is that Howard already proved himself in college and won a major award. O'Reilly is still a player in progress. The timing of this trade matters. Edmonton lost the Stanley Cup final in June to the Florida Panthers. It was their 2nd straight final loss. McDavid scored 33 points in the playoffs, tied with Draisaitl, but the Oilers still did not win the championship. That created more questions about how much longer McDavid will wait for a Stanley Cup in Edmonton. Stan Bowman is the Oilers' general manager. He is the person who chose to let the 3 college players go and who made the trade for Howard. These moves show he wants to push for a championship quickly. The team is putting more proven scorers around McDavid right now. The hope is to win before McDavid's contract ends. Isaac Howard's record stands out. 52 points in 37 games equals almost 1.4 points per game in college hockey. That is elite production. His Hobey Baker Award confirms that he was the best player in the country last year. Signing him to a 3-year deal right after trading for him shows Edmonton sees him as part of the lineup very soon. The Oilers' strategy looks simple: give McDavid more help now, but the cost is real. Losing O'Reilly and 3 other prospects means the future pool of players is smaller. If McDavid decides to leave, the team may not have enough young depth to recover quickly. If he stays, Howard and other additions might help the Oilers finally win. The Oilers' salary cap situation makes it even tighter. McDavid's $12.5 million and Draisaitl's $14 million, that leaves less money for defense and goaltending. This is why the decision is so critical. The team gave up 3 drafted players and a first-round pick in O'Reilly. They did it to add 1-star college scorer right away. They also did it while McDavid waits to see if Edmonton can finally win. The Oilers' front office knows the risk. If McDavid leaves next summer, the team will not only lose its captain, but also the chance to use O'Reilly and the other prospects to rebuild. If McDavid stays, then Howard may help balance the roster. The NHL has seen teams lose stars before, but Connor McDavid is not an ordinary star. He has won multiple MVP awards. He has more than 100 playoff points already in fewer than 100 games. He is on pace to break league records if he stays healthy. Losing him would shake the entire league. Fans and analysts now watch every move Edmonton makes. The 3 unsigned college players are gone. O'Reilly is gone. Howard is in. McDavid is unsigned. The team's window feels short. The Oilers' decisions are not about 10 years from now. They are about the next 12 months. If Edmonton wins, McDavid may re-sign. If they fall short again, everything could change.
As you said, yeah, it's only been a couple days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes, but there's no rush.
Connor McDavid told reporters he wasn't in a rush to talk contracts. Now, weeks later, there's been nothing. With the team in offseason limbo and big names signing elsewhere, McDavid's silence now speaks louder than ever. The Oilers are waiting. The fans are waiting. But the captain still isn't saying anything. McDavid's silence is now a problem. And this silence could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He is one of the best hockey players in the world. McDavid has played his whole NHL career in Edmonton since the team picked him first in the 2015 NHL Draft. His current contract is an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That deal ends in July 2026. Right now, McDavid still has 1 year left on that contract. He will be allowed to sign a new deal starting on July 1st, 2025. If he does not sign, he becomes a free agent in 2026. That means any team in the league could offer him a deal. But so far, McDavid has not said if he will stay or leave. After the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final to the Florida Panthers, reporters asked McDavid about his future. He answered, "It's only been a couple days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup, but there's no rush on anything like that." He also said, "If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That was the last time he spoke about it. McDavid's numbers this season were very strong. He had 74 assists in the regular season. He scored 33 points in 22 playoff games. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. His teammate Leon Draisaitl had the same playoff point total, but McDavid still hasn't said what he will do about his contract. The fans don't know. The team doesn't know. Other NHL teams are now watching closely. Stan Bowman is the general manager of the Oilers. He said, "He's the best player in the league, most important player in the league. He's our captain. He's our leader." Bowman said the team's #1 priority is to keep McDavid. He also said the contract talks will happen when McDavid is ready. But NHL free agency is already moving fast. Teams are signing players. The Oilers have to make choices about who to keep, who to sign, and how to build next season's team. But without knowing what McDavid wants, the team can't plan fully. That has caused a problem. If McDavid leaves, it could be a very big problem. The Oilers have made the playoffs 6 years in a row. They made the Stanley Cup Final 2 years in a row, but they lost both times. Some sports writers are saying McDavid might not want to wait much longer. If he doesn't think the team can win soon, he could decide to go somewhere else. Leon Draisaitl, McDavid's teammate and top scorer, signed a new deal last year. That deal is for 8 years and $112 million. If McDavid stays, he will likely make even more. Some reports say McDavid could become the highest-paid player in the league, but that would mean the team has less money to spend on other players. If McDavid stays quiet much longer, the Oilers could be forced to trade him. They won't want to lose him in free agency for nothing. That's why some experts are saying the team needs to know soon. One article said McDavid's silence is wrecking the Oilers' free agency plans. Jeff Jackson is the CEO of the Oilers. He also used to be McDavid's agent. He said the next season will help decide everything. The team will wait, but not forever. Other teams, like the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers, are already being mentioned as possible new homes for McDavid. Right now, every NHL team is watching. If McDavid doesn't say anything by the start of the season, the rumors will grow. Teams will begin making offers. Fans will keep asking questions. Even McDavid's teammates might start to worry. The Oilers had a record of 48 wins, 29 losses, and 5 overtime losses this past season. That was good enough to make the playoffs. They went all the way to the finals but lost to the Panthers in 6 games. McDavid led the team in assists and was one of the top playoff performers in the entire league. But now all of that is in the past. The team needs to know what comes next. Free agents are being signed by other teams. The Oilers can't wait forever. And yet, McDavid says nothing. The pressure is building.
You know, I know people are going to look at that July 1 day and be looking to see if there's anything done. But for me, I'm just not in a rush that way.
Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.
You know, winning would be it's the most important thing. If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem.
Connor McDavid is one of the best hockey players in the world. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He has scored more than 100 points in many seasons. He has won the MVP award 3 times. He led the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. But on July 1st, the big story won't be about goals or assists. It will be about money, contracts, and something much bigger. McDavid signed his last contract in 2017. It was an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That means he has been making $12.5 million every year. This deal ends in 2026. But NHL rules say a player can start talking about a new contract 2 years before the old one ends. So on July 1st, 2025, McDavid will be allowed to sign a new deal. Most top players sign the longest deal possible. That's usually 8 years. It gives them more safety and helps the team plan for a long time. But this time, McDavid is expected to do something very different. Reporters say that McDavid might not want a long contract. Instead, he could ask for a shorter one, maybe just 4 years. Some people even say he could sign for only 2 or 3 years. This is something very few superstars have done. Why would McDavid want a short deal? The answer is the salary cap. The salary cap is the most money a team can spend on its players. This year, the cap is $88 million. Next year, it will go up to $97 million. In a few years, it might go even higher. If McDavid signs a short contract now, he can sign another one later when the cap is much bigger. That means he could make even more money. Other players have done this. Austin Matthews signed a 5-year deal in 2019. In 2023, he signed a 4-year deal. Leon Draisaitl just signed an 8-year deal for $112 million. But McDavid might want something shorter than all of them. Connor McDavid hasn't said much about his plans, but he did say this to NHL.com after the season. "I'm not in a rush to make any decision." He also said, "I need to do what's best for me and my family." These are clues that he is thinking very carefully. The Edmonton Oilers also know what's happening. Their new general manager, Stan Bowman, says he wants to keep McDavid. But McDavid said something important. He said, "If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That means he wants to be sure the team can keep winning. If McDavid signs a short deal, he will be a free agent again in 2029 or 2030. That means other teams will have a chance to try and sign him. Teams like the Maple Leafs, Panthers, Kings, and Flyers might all be watching. If McDavid becomes a free agent, they might try to get him. Experts are saying this could change how NHL contracts work. Sports writer Pierre LeBrun said, "There's a good chance McDavid will sign a shorter deal instead of an 8-year max one." ESPN's Greg Wyshynski said, "It's not just about money, it's about power and timing." Connor McDavid had another amazing season. In 2024 to 2025, he scored 100 points in 67 games. In the playoffs, he scored 33 points in 22 games. That was the most in the league. He was named playoff MVP, even though the Oilers lost in the finals. Because of his great numbers, McDavid is more valuable than ever. If he signs a short deal, he can sign again in a few years for a lot more money. Some people believe he could make over $18 million per year in his next deal. That would be the highest ever in NHL history. This kind of deal gives the player more power. Usually teams like long contracts, but short deals let players choose more often. They can pick better teams or wait for the salary cap to go up. That's why this is such a big deal. Right now, McDavid has a $12.5 million cap hit. If he signs again soon, that number could go way up. If he waits, it might go even higher. And that's why this decision is so important. It affects not just him, but the whole NHL. Some reporters say McDavid may take a deal with only 2 or 3 years. That would give him the chance to test the market again very soon. And if he wins a Stanley Cup in that time, he could leave Edmonton as a free agent and pick any team he wants. Connor McDavid's next contract could change everything. It might change how young players sign their first big deals. It might change how teams plan their future. And it might change how much money top stars can make. This is why so many people are watching July 1st. That's the day McDavid is allowed to start contract talks. If he signs a short deal, other players may copy him. That could mean big changes in the NHL's old contract system. And if McDavid does leave Edmonton in a few years, it could be one of the biggest moves in NHL history. Teams will spend a lot of money to get a player like him. But right now, the Oilers still have a chance to keep him. Whether he signs for 2 years, 4 years, or 8 years, McDavid is changing the game, not just on the ice, but at the contract table. He didn't need to say a lot. Just by thinking about a short deal, he has already made waves across the NHL. On July 1st, the hockey world will be watching because what Connor McDavid chooses to do next might change everything.